Hi everyone, it's Linnea with Liam and Abby, and you're going to have another story coming to you. So again, these are some of their favorite stories from when we were kids, or when they were kids, and mine too. I enjoyed reading these stories, which makes a big difference when you're reading to your kids. So we're pretty much into chapter books now that we read at night, but these are nice to look back on. So this one is called Sarah the Spider. Sarah the Spider caught flies and wove webs, tied bows in her hair and boots on her legs. She wore them all day in the bath and in bed with 8 different colors. Her favorite was red. Now spiders may come in all shapes and sizes, some as they are and some in disguises, but Sarah was one who could dance up the walls and sing little tunes and juggle with balls. Her animal friends all lived on the farm, admiring her skills, her grace, and her charm. Their barn came alive when she danced on the spade and jived in the sunshine and waltzed in the shade. "How did you learn that?" asked Percy the pig. "I'm all trotters and toes whenever I jig, and catching a ball leaves me rolling about with head over heels and tail over snout." "It's not very hard," said Sarah with pride. "I was born to perform. My repertoire is wide. Spiders are lucky. We've 8 bendy legs. In fact, if you watch, I can juggle with eggs." "And how do you sing?" asked Larry the lamb. "That," Sarah says, "goes back to my pram. I'd shake my loud rattle and tap out my beats." "Wow," Larry said, "I'll practice my bleats." But to Sarah, the boots were her real pride and joy, better than any game, puzzle, or toy. She'd check them at breakfast, then later at tea. Who would keep count if it wasn't for me? At night, whilst asleep, she'd dream of the day when she might be the star in a leading ballet. She felt before long her big time would come, when curtains would rise to the roll of the drum. Waking one morning, she counted her boots. "Help!" Lambs jumped at her screams. Pigs squealed at her hoots. One boot was missing. The red boot had gone. Who could have stolen it? What had they done? The pigs looked in tractors, the lambs behind sacks, the hens pecked in corners, the ducks searched for tracks. An inquiry was opened. Barney Owl was the chief to determine the culprit. Just who was the thief? Who? All day Sarah cried, stretched out on her bed, while Trixie the cat sat stroking her head. The kind sparrows sang their bright cheer-up song, but Sarah was sad, her happiness gone. Barney hid in the barn in the dark of the night and kept a close watch as the others slept tight. As 12 o'clock chimed, he heard squeaking whispers, and by Sarah's bed saw eyes, ears, and whiskers. 3 naughty mice tiptoed round in a row, looked back once or twice, but they knew where to go. They scurried up logs next to boxes of eggs and pulled Sarah's blue boot off one of her legs. With a snigger and titter, they ran from the barn back to their hole at the end of the farm. They scurried inside, then fell flat on the floor, for Barney had poked his head through the door. Uh-oh. The furious old owl was not at all pleased, seeing Sarah the spider so terribly teased. "If the boots aren't returned," he squawked angrily, "I shall eat you all up for my lunch and my tea." He flew away quickly. The mice were in tears. To be eaten by owls was the worst of their fears. As quick as a flash, they knew what to do, to return both the boots, the red and the blue. When Sarah the spider woke up the next day, she screamed out with horror and utter dismay. "Another boot's missing. Oh, what a fright! Barney," she yelled, "what happened last night?" "Don't worry, my friend," he said with a wink. "I've settled the problem, I very much think." And swooping along, flying over the floor, he led her across to the wooden barn door. Sarah the spider, with lambs close behind, ran out of the barn, not sure what she'd find. But there, brightly polished by the huge vats of cider, were the blue and the red boots of Sarah the spider. And there we must leave her, but up to this day, the 3 naughty mice have kept right away, and Sarah the spider still dances around with boots in the air and boots on the ground. So this is Sarah the Spider by Hillary Robinson, if anyone's interested. All right, have a great night.